The hell happened? Alright, well, nothing's got no notifications or anything. What the fuck went down?
I have no idea.
Huh, that's fucking weird. Hmm. Alright, sorry about that, fellas. Seems that for some reason the stream went down. I've turned off my blue stacks because maybe that might have been the problem because I have my blue stacks on in the background. So we'll see how it goes from there. Yeah, it was fucking weird. I was just in the middle of explaining Ragnarok's or God of War 4 Strailing. It should be fine since it's just showing up those Xbox now. Yeah, Devil's part of the stream is fine. It's just that well, I gotta make sure like the other stream's working over here. Yeah, I was just explaining fucking God of War 4 scaling, so to speak. With my layman's knowledge of it. Anywhere from like low 2C to 2A, depending on how you want to argue for certain feats. Alright, Devil, when you're ready, you should be able to continue. No, he's gone at the moment. Mama Susan gotcha, huh? I didn't get any notifications or emails. Yeah, I got nothing. So, I don't know what happened there. Just wait till Kratos meets Huge Row in the upcoming collab. Fake, by the way. Nonsense.
So we're all back to good?
Yeah, we should be good for now. I'll just have to keep a little bit more of an eye on the stream chat. Or on the stream. I'll have to check every now and again. Yeah, no, but, yeah, no. I don't understand what the hell happened. The Kratos question crashed the stream. The fucking, I guess. Yeah, 'cause I was going to explain that Kratos technically scales anywhere from low 2C to 2A, depending on how you want to take the statements of the tree and whether or not you want to argue it transcends the well. The DMC2 protagonist swap is called like a Spartan goes through an island or something. Hang on, let me see if I can't find it.
You know I love him. I just wish he was better. I know he can.
The DMC video is called Protagonist Swap. Kratos washes up. Washes up.
I'll try. But if he doesn't, please come back.
Yeah, it's just
I
DMC.
know you're out there somewhere.
It's just Protagonist Swap. Kratos washes up into DMC2. Yeah. Yeah, no. So Kratos goes anywhere from 2C to 2A and anywhere from infinite speed to immeasurable speed. Yeah, and then we released the 3-hour video explaining why, in an actual protagonist swap scenario with no no help for Kratos, why he doesn't make it very far.
Trying to make
What have you done? Why did you do that?
I saved you!
trying to make something
You
objective
I
out of
waited
not
and I
subjective.
waited for you wouldn't come out! So I pulled you out!
Boy, I was gone only... moments.
How long was he actually gone?
You've been gone a long... whole time. I didn't know what to do. You left me here again.
Possibly 20 minutes to an hour. I don't know if it's or not.
That's impossible.
It could have been that. It could have been that short.
Go before they come back.
Yeah, maybe 5 hours.
Hope you got what you needed.
Yes.
Look, there's our exit. But there's no light to make a bridge. We're trapped. And the witch's bowstring is useless.
Wait, is Atreus just back to normal? Are you serious? Atreus, your father abandoned you for like the 15th time in your life. It was next protagonist about Dante and Bayonetta? Not sure yet. Because I wanted to get the God of War thing out of the way first to address that situation. Before we move on from there. Oh, you got the light arrows. That's the one you wanted, right?
No, I want
Why don't we
lightning.
Why don't we do a protagonist swap that makes us research a new series? Why don't we do Ninja Gaiden versus Bayonetta?
It worked.
We can now make our way.
Not yet. We still have Bayonetta through God of War and God of War through DMC first. Let's get those two out of the way before we move on any further. Who was Kratos tracing, his Greek wife or his Norse wife?
White crystal head.
His Norse wife.
It's laying there. Maybe it'll help us get out of this stupid place.
The fucking Wells timelines don't even exist within the main body of the Yggdrasil. Unless you argue a true form of the Yggdrasil, there's no solid proof that the main Yggdrasil is anything higher than 2C. Well, it depends, because by the Wells existing with the timelines, that means that those timelines exist, regardless of whether in the well or not, and the tree's supposed to transcend space and time. So it would transcend the infinite timelines of the well. So it would at least be above...
Yeah, you think that until we get confirmation saying that the Yggdrasil and everything. And it's all a different Yggdrasil.
If they actually confirmed it's a different Yggdrasil in every timeline, dude, if you ask that question and they confirmed it, that kills 2A. That completely murders it. Well, yeah, no, because if H1 has different Yggdrasil, yeah, that would completely fucking destroy it.
I tell you what, word it to me properly, send me it, and I'll send it to Bruno.
I'll try and word it to where it's not leading. Oh, fuck. Oh, how would you even word that question? Because, like, you have to word it in a way that's not leading, and the way it works is you basically have to ask, hey, I had a question regarding the Yggdrasil and the
All
well.
you have to ask is there... Does the Yggdrasil transcend the well's infinite timelines, or is there a Yggdrasil in every timeline?
No, because when you ask if it transcends, that's already part of the leading question. Even if that's in the favor of the scaling, that's still a leading question. You have to start off probably in God of War 4. The Yggdrasil is stated to transcend space and time. Does that mean that in the infinite timelines of the well, it's the same Yggdrasil, or does each well timeline have its own separate Yggdrasil? That'd probably be the question.
Type it up.
Aren't the infinite timelines thing from the card game? Yeah. But the card game's lore information, as far as I know, is considered canon. Yeah, I'll try and word it better and then send it to you later. But the problem is that, like, again, that's like the main two-way argument. Because if the timelines didn't exist, you wouldn't be able to get two-way off God of War's Norse tree. Because technically, all the universes exist in the same space. That's actually a given. They all exist in the same space, but they all have different either timelines or flows of time.
Neither.
Are you telling me that these spaces all have the same flow of time, Kyle?
Yes.
So you're just saying they all have separate spaces?
Yes.
Why the fuck you lying? The problem with that is even though the universe still transcends space and time, it could very well just mean it transcends linear time, seeing as all we see within the game is that main body. An infinite number of timelines is still linear time, you understand that, right? DMC God of War gained the most important cosmology statements outside of their game. Like, you understand that, right? That even if there's an infinite number of timelines to linear time. Yeah, so they share the same physical space. So the problem is that if you were to destroy the 9 realms, that's not a two-way feat. The only reason you can argue for two-way is because Kratos would scale to Baldur, who should scale to Thor, and who was able to splinter the tree. Devil behind you. Although even then, according to author statements, you could argue that Zeus was stronger than Baldur. When Dante goes through Bayonetta, how will John react to Dante? Will she war up? Will she warm to him eventually? Or will she also be enraged thinking that he did something to Bayonetta? We actually don't have to worry about that, because in part 1 of Bayonetta, John's under mind control. So there's no reason for like that whole conflict to occur the same way like Virgil versus Kratos did. I think potentially the two-way arguments for God of War aren't so bad. I don't think the immeasurable speed arguments from what I've read are very good. I don't think immeasurable speed God of War is very viable. The two-way arguments, they're not the strongest, but they're not completely unreasonable to me. But immeasurable speed, just from what I've seen, seems kind of whack. I don't know how that one even got through like the draft phase, so to speak.
Let us make our way back up.
Two-way God of War is just a wet dream. Again, like it's not the worst two-way argument I've ever heard. Being as fair as possible. I wish I knew anything about Bayonetta other than weekly being just yikes with the verse. Honestly, the only issue with what's the argument? Just the fucking transcending the infinite timelines of the well. Basically, that's like the only real argument there. Who, Odin? No, the tree. So the Yggdrasil fucking transcends the infinite timelines of the well, presumably, and that would get you to a God of War for the Norse Pantheon. Based on everything I've seen. Devil, you need to reach level 3 sometime, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Do you have to fight these guys, or can you just leave them?
Let's find out.
Yeah, but like as far as I know, the highest you can argue for God of War. Question in your 3-hour video, I got a little confused with Mangler arguing that the Greek myth in God of War and real life Greek myth the same thing. Yeah, that's kind of what he argues for. What Mangler argues for is that because it's stated that it's based, and personally, I think there are enough differences you can argue it's not one-to-one. Mangler,
No, enough differences at all.
I mean, by the idea of Kratos literally being there, it's already different enough. Like,
No, it's not. You literally get rid of Kratos and everyone else's story flows as normal. It's not enough differences.
I don't think Perseus was ever going to go fight the Fates, right? Or go to the Fates to get someone back.
The Fates literally made all those people converge there to fuck with Kratos.
Okay, so the argument...
Kratos is the main driving force behind everyone's story being slightly different.
So the argument they present...
Mangler's thing is you'd have to present there to be differences without Kratos being there. You get that with the Norse. You don't get that with the Greeks.
Well, there you go. Since I guess Kyle supports Mangler's scaling on that portion. I remember in a Witch Time not being time manipulation, Weekly said he had 5 statements of being time manipulation again, proceeds to post only a guide that got debunked immediately and then just fucked off. Weekly made a lot of statements, but I don't even think Weekly's allowed on VSB anymore, right?
Was he the guy who was going to do the giant,
yeah.
Like Fred?
Yeah. But if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. If I am wrong, I apologize for getting this wrong. But I believe it was Weekly who got kicked out of VSB due to potentially bribing a moderator.
Did you see that dark glitch just now?
I did. That was some bullshit.
That was fucked up.
He was bribing somebody?
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that was him. As structures can transcend linear space-time and not be two-way, with the Yggdrasil being a good example of this, as we only see this main body extends to only 9 realms. Again, if it wasn't for the well, you'd be absolutely right. But because the well would have an infinite number of timelines, the argument can be made that it would transcend those infinite numbers. Bribing someone to do what? So... apparently, if I remember correctly, he was bribing someone to accept a calculation. More specifically, if the story is correct and the rumors are true, he was bribing someone to accept a ruby calculation to make the verse stronger. Oh, that one's nasty.
For shame.
It wasn't even that big of a calc increase either. Like, I don't understand why it was being bribed to be accepted. Of course it was a Ruby fan. It's just weird. Like, I don't even think the calc was going to change anything. Oh, you know what? My stream might have gotten taken down because I reported the bot. DMC will be downgraded for it, and all 2C feats have 69,000 word essay on why they are invalid from my totally real DMC downgrade server. Did he say shit like that?
What the fuck? Ugh.
Unless you believe the true ego in that case, in which you could argue the place that transcends space and time being its true nature, then transcended rather its main body. Possibly? To be fair, if I remember correctly, the server was real. Where or not the downgrade was real is up in the air.
What the fuck?
Alright, looks like Devil's finally met his match.
Nah, not yet.
So he says, yeah, I think reporting the bot is what got my fucking stream taken down. He said he had a DMC downgrade server that essays debunking every feat, then Cyber brought up the Pluto feat and he didn't know about it. Well, the tree resides in the realm between realms, so does that realm transcend the well as well? No, we would only assume the tree does. Wow, they literally just fucking beat you back to back. That one was fucking cold.
I agree. Also, I had an orange light on my controller that just went back to blue, so I don't know what the fuck that means.
Is it charged?
Yeah, fully charged.
That was quick. Cyber actually debunked him with 1 feat. Pluto doesn't even have like a uni statement in his thing, but there is a blatant uni statement in POC. The only problem I could see with Mangler argument is how do you take God of War Greek myth and real life Greek myth and all different versions of contradictions? These basic enemies are whooping you harder than my dad whooped me. So, again, so the argument is simply just that Pluto's playing the universe. Oh, he used the light one. Actually, Sparta, I meant to ask this question because I'm pretty sure it is. Is that picture of Fubiku from Hentai?
What's the character's name?
Fucking the Esper sister in One Punch Man.
What's her name?
Fubiku?
Isn't it Fubuki?
No, it's fan art? Bro, that's hentai. That's fan art that's in a hentai. I don't know, Kyle. You know how I don't pronounce shit. The better sister, you mean? I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, the level 4s. Oh, Devil, I think you dropped help. No, it's Twitter fan art. Bro, they drew her nipples in there. Are you sure? You can see the outline there, bro. Is it hentai classified? Hentai is fan art, technically, yes. And usually there are images on Twitter that might pop up that are hentai. It's just that they don't have like nudity in them.
This is blocked too.
Anyways. Yeah, no. Yeah, but honestly, at this point, even with Kratos' best scaling, unless you want to argue for some, like, really absurd 1A shit, God of War doesn't beat DMC at all anymore. Not in the slightest. At some point there might be an argument, but like at this point, no, it's a straight stomp in DMC's favor.
Always was.
Where are you taking that?
Boy,
Do the crystals heal more when you're not in combat?
You up?
Twitter artists are just that horny. Not wrong. No, I was asking if the green orbs heal more when you're outside of combat.
Not that I know of.
Oh look,
What the hell is that?
the blue door that's not a door.
and a sand bowl.
But how do you expect me to reach it?
Oh, you gotta defend him? Does that mean Dante can survive in series like Blaze Blue, Persona, and SMT? If Dante vs. Kratos happened on Death Battle, do you think 90 thing would be accepted? Oh, they're using fireworks. For a second, I thought they were shooting each other outside. Does that mean Dante can survive in series like Blaze Blue, Persona, and SMT? That depends on where you want to scale SMT and Persona, but unironically at this point, being a higher, like, technically, if they're just like 5D and shit, I don't know where Blaze Blue scales to. Death Battle might not accept 9D. I don't think they would, but they wouldn't have to beat Kratos unless they believe some higher dimensional scaling for Kratos.
Maybe instead of looting a sacred temple, we could just get out of here?
If
No.
I want your opinion, boy, I will ask for it.
I'm a casual word about that. Which one? No, because like the problem is that unironically the fruit technically would see everything as an illusion, so it would be higher dimensional than everything in the verse. But there are demons who through sheer demonic power can fight demons who ate the fruit, which means that demonic power can transcend dimensional barriers. Which at that point, that kills a lot of matchups for Dante alone. And then there's also Dante's hacks as well. Because I'm going to be honest, even if they don't accept 9D, like DMC fucking, the combat, or PLC, it would not matter, because if they accept what a demon can survive... Dude, if they just bring in Dante and Demon's absurd healing factor, Kratos loses. Not even up for debate. If they bring in Dante's immortalities and the healing factor demons have, or the resist, like that shit, not even close. That's bullshit. Should have hit. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Leon was one of the researchers with the Bane for Dante favor. He was bringing hacks from VSPs without pages. Well, I don't think they're going to do the matchup because they already... Actually, don't stop. Start with the hardest one in your next cycle. So start with the one that's on the far left. Do the one in the middle. No, not that one. Do the other... Devil plans to brute force this, I see. What are you doing? Okay, start with that one and then do the other two. That way you get the hardest one out of the way. Good God, my guy! That is two you missed back to back. That just leaves Herald tier characters for their high-end scaling with Marvel and DC. Devil does not believe in any degree of strategy. He's just gonna brute force it. Kratos will be proud.
Gotta embody the character, damn it. I got it on the return throw.
Good job. He might bring 9D. Does Death Battle do dimensional tiering at all? Because, like, would they even factor in 9D at all?
We've been standing here a while.
Honestly, I would rather they do Neo versus Hellboy. No, they don't? Yeah, so I don't think 9D would matter. I don't think they've ever, like, talked about layers of reality in Death Battle before as, like, a scaling thing. That's not true. Universe is not the highest tier. Multiversal is their highest tier. Because they're willing to accept Destroyed and Infinite Multiverse. But the problem is that they do volume scaling.
You can reach the bowl now.
So... they won't bring it in the bid, but they accept it in research? What the fuck does that mean, then?
What does this mean?
Seed.
Remember the shape.
Yeah, I know.
They just count the number of universes? Well, no, because by default, the DMC Demon World is an infinite size reality. That would literally mean they'd have to scale it to their highest possible scaling already. Again, I would just rather they don't do Kratos versus Dante. That's way too much of a fucking shit show. And even then, Ragnarok is on the way. They don't bring it up for casuals.
Oh. Now the kid's gonna start to be an asshole.
Greatest man, most trade begins as any more than it's Seed. Stupid rails.
I don't think, to be fair, this is completely unjustified.
No, it's a door after all.
Because Kratos hasn't even, like, tried to make up for the fact that he abandoned his son. If they do Kratos, they would probably put him up against a god. No, they would. His only other matchup is War from fucking Darksiders.
No, you got Asura.
Great. The one with the horns is back. What does he want now? I hate that guy.
He will be back.
So they never actually explained.
We gotta go back down here again?
Do you see any other way?
No.
Ben,
Man, Kratos could just not. Kratos and Azra are pretty cool. I don't think they would do it. Who do you have, Kratos versus Azra? Depends on where you scale Kratos. If you scale them comparable, I would give it to Azra. If you scale Kratos stronger, well, I mean, you could argue Chalk of Arton also has a potential two-way argument, but it's like, it's probably weaker than Kratos is.
There isn't a way back up from here, you know.
I know.
What hacks does Azra have? What hacks does Kratos have?
Hurry. Now I can barely see.
There's light. Make do.
They both have roughly the same. They actually are very similar in power sets, but Azra has better range attacks. On top of that, they both have rage-filled powers, but I'd argue Azra's rage lasts longer. Azra needs another game to be a good match for Kratos. Right now, Azra has too low material for Kratos. Did you have any Discord debates on God of War vs. DMC recently? Debates? Not necessarily, but that guy named Kratos, and Ken, if he's still here, can confirm this, and Kev, the God of War guys we know, have been kind of hitting me up after every, like, sort of protagonist swap, and the last one to Mainly because they hate Mangler scaling. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, they just really hate Mangler scaling. But they did offer me insight into why they scale God of War the way they do. And did you accept it? I'm iffy on 2A. I am. And I'm also iffy a bit on the 5D reasons as well. But, like I've been saying, they're not the worst arguments I've ever heard. They're not completely unfounded. There is reason behind them. I don't know if they're 100% solid, though. They're not 100% concrete, but if I were to do a Kratos how powerful, I would mention that this argument can be made. If Ito Mangler pulls up. No, because, I mean, like, I backscale the Norse Pantheon to the Greek Pantheon, so I disagree with how Mangler scales the Greek Pantheon based off backscaling. It really just comes down to how you want to treat the well at this point. If you think the tree transcending the infinite timelines of the well is fair game, then there's not really an argument to be made. If you don't, it just does it. If you don't believe the well's valid, Kratos gets like 2C and that's it. And honestly, it might even be low 2C if we're being honest. Actually, better question, why doesn't Kratos give his son the light? His son's the archer. He should have the slice source more. Question, if they wanted a character where to punch Dante, what would happen? Honestly, if Ken, Kev, Jev, and TJK are just in denial, Mangler's objectively better. Well, you guys hate each other, so that's fine. I'm not gonna get into that. AC is Assassin's Creed, Red Dusk. Honestly, it depends if they beat Dante's resistances and healing factor. If they don't, and they just destroy his physical body, Dante can just keep coming back. We've gotten to the point now to where it's entirely possible that higher AP characters might not even be able to kill Dante because of just how stupid his healing factor and like resistances has become, along with his immortality. Good job, Devil. How powerful does Jeff think DMC is? I don't know where they scale DMC, to be honest with you. I know they disagree with the measurable. And they'd probably scale DMC like to like maybe 2C or low 2C. So what I'm hearing is that Dante's not a top 2 fictional character for power scaling at best. Oh. The term I think a guy named Man used is Dante's become kind of a smurf. And yeah, at this point, Dante's kind of become a smurf in power scaling.
Sure you can handle carrying that? Don't want you to be lagging behind when we get attacked.
Remain alert and quiet.
I mean, scaling DMC at 2C is not bad. Like, it's not bad scaling. Smurf. The idea is that Dante isn't really fighting at his level anymore. It's like, whenever you fight Dante, he's going to be stronger than whatever he's fighting on his level. Because, so if you only assume the 90 thing scales for souls, Dante is stronger than everyone in tier 2 because they can't kill him. So regardless of what any character does, he can just keep coming back. Do you believe that Dante has depression in DMC2 theory? Seems likely, but the novel kind of goes against that. We could have come up with a better word for that. Probably, but that's what he said, so it's fine. What does Mangler think? Mangler's not here right now. No, I mentioned that in our conversation that, like, they do believe in objectivity. It's just that they don't think there's any true objectivity. But try to keep things like that on the down low, Ryan. In fact, yeah, try to keep things like that on the down low. Okay, for the most part, I'd rather not like start a fucking if Dante got hit by narrative. I don't know if narrative manipulation will work on Dante. Narrative manipulation is kind of weird as a whole. A narrative level attack? What the fuck does that mean? Altair's narrative manipulation. Zim, are you ever gonna do an Assassin's Creed How Powerful? Probably not. I don't really play Assassin's Creed. Nothing because Fate's greater than narrative. Is there a narrative attack like just attacking someone through the narrative of the story? No, attacks ability narrative. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that means. Like how soul manipulation can destroy your soul. Narrative manipulation, what, destroys your story? Instead of saying Swerve, people should maybe say try soft instead. I think Smurf is just a little more popular since it's kind of like hitting below your level. Because the term Smurf started in like video games and shit. As her for narrative manipulation pretty much limitless in which she's capable of anything she desires. That just sounds like stupid fanfiction shit. I actually made great progress so far. That's just basic plot hacks. Can't Dante resist hacks with demonic power? So, the argument you could make is that before he'd resist her hacks, she could be like, you can't resist hacks anymore. What is a good semblance to have that you can think of if you were a Ruby character? Devil, are you okay? Probably time manipulation. Chaos and Dracula from Castlevania could also beat DMC God tiers in an equalized scenario due to their abilities. A lot of semblance have been ass. Mainly just Ironwoods.
Finally got it.
Was it worth it? It's common chest armor, bro.
Nah. Defense strength is bad.
All that work for a drop of blood. Oh, yikes, what the hell? Bad. Sorry about that.
Fucking thing.
Now where do we go from here?
Is there a question? Altair from Recreators says the Altair from Recreators has an ability where she set a character back at the start of their journey, resetting all their powers, weapon skills, personality, even appearance. Would that work on Dante? Maybe. That sounds like that just sounds like flat out reality warping on a like personal level. You could argue it might work if she's as strong as Dante. If not, maybe. If not, I don't think so. Because the beachheads could rewrite all of reality as they see fit, and they couldn't do shit to Dante. But I'm not sure on that one per se. I think that might work on Dante the first time.
That's the boss fight, so
What?
that way. Question if I want to do the boss fight right now or see if there's another secret or whatnot.
Do you think you can beat the boss fight, or are you gonna be stuck here again?
I think I can beat it. It won't be too bad. It's just a 1v1. 1v1's not that bad. It's when you have a group of people that it's a shit show. I just killed the boy.
You killed your son?
Yeah, I did. There we go. Three, two. Oh,
Alright, Barry, yeah, Devil, leave Alpine, please. We need to change the scenery. He's almost there. Altair is also Smurf. Most people in 2C, but her hack skill from high 1B to 1A. Which low level demon should return DMC? Oh, fuck. Devil, beat his ass, boy. Beat his ass. What happens if Atreus dies? Does Kratos just give up and go home? That's a good question. I think if Atreus dies, Kratos just goes on another rampage.
Holy shit, there was a lot of Altair questions that I completely missed.
Oh, hello, Neil.
What's up?
Good night, Legendary Warrior. Then he burns Atreus' body, then goes back to find Jotunheim.
You know he's about to leave. I guess I can answer his question. Altair from Recreators has an ability where she set a character back to start of their journey. We're saying all their power, skills, personality, and even appearance. Literally, since that's just an extension of our plot manipulation, it should work. Unless like there was some narrative shit in DMC I completely missed.
I'm not too, as far as I know, no, but I'm not too familiar how her ability works. Damn, he got you with the 1-2 punch. Anyways, yeah, we've just been going over God of War, some fucking light DMC stuff. Just talking about like God of War's, I guess, scaling meta for the most part. So at least it was appropriate to the stream.
Second, Ryan says Chaos and Dracula from Castlevania also beat DMC God tier and equalized scenarios due to Bull's ability. Due to what shit that Castlevania chess as of now I actually would argue that too, because for some reason, companies just love putting stupid OP shit in like mobile games that nobody's gonna play. So you know what? Alright, fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you guys just got that mobile game, right? Heard a lot of shit about that.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of, and keep in mind, like, it wasn't even like feats as far as things go, just a lot of stupid hacks that Dracula gets. Also, but yeah, no, I've said this before already that like Altair's like plot manipulation is like one of the best, is like just outright one of the best in terms of like pure application and just what she can do with the plot and how she manipulates it. Like, sure, there are characters who can manipulate on like a higher level than her, but that's not really necessarily saying that they're really better per se, because she's like literally applied in every way you could literally imagine.
Is she?
Was it?
Oh, I was saying, is she?
Sorry, say that again. It's like it came out wrong.
I'm saying, is she?
Yeah, I'd argue so. Like literally, like again, I think I've been over. I think I've been over, and luckily someone, well, not somebody, because I already knew about this person. I literally know them as well, so they're also recreator skills as well. But they made like an extensive blog of just how much the narrative actually impacts scaling. And like when I mean like impact skill, like in recreators, I think I've already went over this a little bit, but the narrative in itself is like an actual interactable thing that matters to the verse itself. And I think I've already established that like Altair is like a very special case in the sense that she not only is unbound by it, can manipulate it, but also do a wide array of things, because again, she's within that versus logic and OC that who can just do whatever the hell she wants.
Right, yeah. I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, so I don't think I've explained this though, but like, so I've explained like some of the mechanics of the world of recreators, but like another thing to mention is like in this world there are different narratives, different layers of narrative, and different like fictions where verses are like actual real things, but like not in the same way of, oh, they're comic books, but like these are actual real things, but made by humanity like who collectively has imagination and just spawn these things. But however each quote unquote world has like a creator in the sense that like they drew it and imagined it, and it's like it's sort of like a relationship between, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. But the point is, like, there are certain people who created and imagined different like fictions, and they're like actual things and the like. But like what makes Altair different is her creator died. Her creator is dead essentially, and because of this as well, and also just because of the unique nature of her existence, not being particularly bound to like an IP per se, but just a personal creation, or an OC as we also call it, but yeah, and the likes. She essentially can do whatever she wants. She doesn't have a specific power. Like for example, there's worlds that have like that are based on mecha, there's worlds based on mecha, there's world based on fantasy. There's even like a hentai world as well, but like it's not actual hentai though, because the series isn't hentai at all. But it basically makes reference to like about like almost every anime type of genre. And the like, but Altair is unique in the way is that she's not particularly bound to any of these, and she's unique. So that's kind of one of the reasons why she's able to manipulate and have like different abilities from different genres that she's not actually a part of, because she isn't bound to any of them. But also, because of this, she also just can just do whatever she wants within them, unlike basically any other character that isn't a creator essentially. Oh shit.
I ain't gonna lie, Recreator sounds like a badly written fanfiction.
It really isn't though. You just have to actually watch it. It's probably one of the better anime of the. It's probably one of the better anime of the decade. This is kind of one of I talk. This is what I've talked about, that like basing something's quality based off how it works in fiction doesn't. I mean, how it works in scaling doesn't always serve to do much, except for just like give you a false perception of it. Like straight up, Recursion is probably like one of the best. Well, for me personally, if you see my list of favorite anime, I've just put it out right as one of my favorite anime of all time, and I stand by that. It's actually a really fucking not only creative but also just in general really enticing and well written anime. It may not sound like it based on how I'm describing it, but that's just only in a power scaling sense. Like as far as writing goes, it's probably like one of the most competent anime I've seen. Even with all this complex shit that they established in it.
Fair enough.
But that being said, going off of that mouthful of stuff I do establish, the reason why I do this every time I talk about Recreators is because to understand how like stupidly overpowered that Recreators is, and by extension Altair is, you have to understand the mechanics of the verse and how basically her being able to do whatever she wants within it actually matters a lot. Even outside of this, even without the mechanics, Altair has like stupid stuff of like being able to manipulate plot, erase the plot, rewrite it, use it to, as someone already mentioned, basically reset an entire character back to their initial creation point. So like basically when like a creator was essentially making them as like concept art, so on and so forth. There's no concept creating shit like that, and this is not even scratching the surface of what you can do with it.
So, how exactly do they beat this character?
Well, here's the thing. She isn't really beaten in a conventional way. She isn't actually even supposed to be fought, per se. Funny enough, the thing with Recreators is, while it does have fighting in it, that's actually not the point of it. It's actually more so a drama, per se, and that's one of the reasons why the way that she's quote-unquote defeated isn't actually she's defeated, per se, but she actually, reunites with her... She actually reunites with her dead creator, or at least the one that she thought that was dead. Essentially Sasuna, and she basically just decides to create her own universe and seclude herself with her creator, because that's really all that she wanted and desired at the end of the day, and one of the reasons why she caused so much rampage out of grief and so on and so forth. There's a lot more things to it, but yeah, basically that's how she was quote unquote defeated.
I see.
And keep in mind, like I said, keep in mind, it may sound like I'm spoiling some stuff, but I didn't go into all the details I can, because there's more than what I'm bringing up. Just general gist, though, but I like I said, Recruiters is definitely something I would recommend to people watch, because it's actually just really fucking good. And not to mention, it's one of the shorter anime. It's like really short in anime standards, too.
No, yeah.
Also going.
I mean, oh my goodness. Well, in fairness, this has been the least amount of times you've died on the stream.
It's true. I am getting better.
If you want to know how short, it's really only 22 episodes. So, like, it's really short, dude. But, like, in those 22 episodes, though, they managed to not only really flesh out this world, but also just in general give you a cast that you just actually really like. Because even outside of Altair, cast in general is actually really fucking good and really endearing. And, like again, it's crazy, too, because based on what I'm describing, you think that it really isn't. But, nah, this shit is fucking... They know what they're actually doing. It's just kind of disgusting.
How do they expect you to avoid that ground pound? You can just block it with the shield, probably. Or roll away like that.
You have to dodge. It's unblockable.
Popeye versus Altair.
Bruh.
That just sounds stupid.
Nah, it's just a spike match. I'm not even gonna bother with it. I'm just looking at some previous comments. Does that mean Dante can survive in Blaze Blue, Persona, and SMT? I don't know context to that, but SMT slash Persona is its own breed in itself. Like literally everything that we've got that you've seen in Pinnacle Combat, literally SMT has that, but just probably 10 times better.
A shame that you don't have a character story.
Shut up.
Yeah, clearly Popeye destroys Altair.
I mean, based on how some people argue Popeye, you can unironically argue that though. I mean, I don't agree with this, but I've seen some bullshit. I've seen some stupid shit for fucking Popeye. I've seen some everything under the sun for him. I mean, it's not as bad as Bugs Bunny, but like it's there though. It's really there. Although you actually can unironically make an, depending on how you take certain things though, you could potentially make an argument for, you could potentially make a case for Popeye actually beating Altair, but I don't agree with it though. And keep in mind, Altair also has higher bullshit arguments itself due to just the stupid cosmology and rules as well. But again, that's neither here or there, so not even gonna bother.
Bugs Bunny is ungodly winked, in my opinion. Persona doesn't scale to SMT, by the way. Don't be mad just because the strongest character in the cosmology is Joker. But you know, Popeye's spinach, Altair does it, which makes him clearly superior.
Oh my gosh.
Devil, can you turn off Spartan Rage mid-attack or no? Or like charge?
Yeah.
So why don't you like turn it off when you don't land your shots?
It wastes a little bit of it. Fucking hell.
That's what happens when the boss is level 5.
I don't even know if it's level 5 or not.
God War 4, but I constantly die. You guys remember when Devil said, "Oh yeah, this should be easy. It's just one guy."
Oh, also forgot the answer. Battler versus Altair. Obviously, I'm assuming this is equalized setting because normally he would beat her, due to just being like literally far beyond her in like every way because dimensions and shit. But on equalized setting, I would still give that to Altair, like just straight up. Or at the very least, it'd be inconclusive because there's not really much he can do. Again, Altair is probably one of the most stupid characters to also even put down as well because she's had everything happen to her under the sun. Not only does she resist almost every hacks in the verse, plus plot manipulation, plus imaginative abilities as well, but also she literally, what else? What was I gonna say? But also, she's had stuff like her whole narrative and like concept be erased by her. Well, not erased, but more so it was assimilated, and absorbed. And she basically rewrote like the entire character's concept and narrative to become that character and rewrite herself into the narrative. Like again, it sounds all stupid, but this actually happened. I swear to God. So like. Again, she's had Altair's like high godly regeneration, but like of the most stupid level because it isn't even just her concept that gets like absorbed and like assimilated, but also even the narrative in which she exists in, which in the verse of Recreators is well basically everything, not just like. Well, then again, in all fairness, narrative if it was to exist were to be that inherently, but. Yeah, it depends on how it's treated in the first.
Are you sure the series has good writing? Neo, your sales pitch isn't going so well. Quick,
well, I mean,
mention designs or something.
I mean, you're literally basing this off of how I'm. Again, you're basing this off of how I'm describing it in like simplest terms, in the like but that doesn't mean it's bad. You're literally judging it off of what you haven't like read. Because like by that same logic, you can just say that Umineko is garbage, but it really isn't. Though it's probably one of the best visual novels, period. Which is also something that literally most people would also agree with as well who've read it, or just actually most visual novel readers in general, actually. So like, like again, you can't go off of like debating perspective because it's not an accurate way to gauge something's quality. I used to think the same thing about Umineko, but then I actually read it and I realized that shit was fucking amazing. But if you want to go by that logic as well, like you could also do the same thing with something. You could also do the same thing with like a lot of other verses. Like for example, if I were to describe all the shit that DMC had, you'd think that shit was bad too. But obviously that's not true because if you played the game, it's good.
I think you don't get to make that argument when you're talking about a person's OC coming to life and just abducting them basically to a separate dimension.
Well, in all fairness, like the whole point of recursion itself is mainly meant to be sort of like an exploration of plot, exploration of narrative, if it like were actual thing per se, like an actual interactable thing. That's kind of one of the more core ideas about it. Like it kind of touches on like a whole lot of shit as well. Like for example, again, artists in themselves kind of like use again the power of like literal imagination, as stupid as that sounds, and that in itself is just literally just an extension of like things of concepts like collective unconscious that some people already brought up, because like literally what they do is they just imagine it and like they have like this collective you know.
Oh, you were so close.
Does the series have a lovemaking scene? No, actually, it doesn't. Again, I already told you this series isn't like hentai or anything like that. It has like a hentai world, but it's not actually a hentai though. Like it just has that like because it's like it's surprisingly an integral part of anime's history. Well, not surprisingly, but it just is.
What was that game with all the crazy bunnies? No clue.
Altair versus Figurine. That's equalized. Well, here's the thing about this. This is a very unique case because Figurine, even if you were to take her outside of her like tier, is still one of the most powerful plot manipulators in fiction. Still. Like, just straight up, she has like all kinds of crazy feats of plot manipulation as it is. Even if you were to take her outside of like being 1A and put her at like, what, let's say 2A tier, she'd probably dominate that tier just because of her plot manipulation alone. And again, it's crazy too, because like, not a lot of people really factor it in whenever they talk about Figurine, because they just talk about how fucking stupidly high in the 1A she is as it is. So I'm not sure on that actually, because again, Umineko plot manipulation is already pretty much stupid as it is, but like, Figurine's degree of what she can do with it is already stupid enough as it is to where, I would unironically say that you can make a case for her like just outright being as good, if not better than Altair. I'm not too sure. It's just that Altair in herself just takes it in versatility and like. Because again, she's done just about everything you do with a plot, that is like fucking ridiculous. Hentai world, what does that mean? It's a world literally, well it's kind of, well actually what do you mean, what does that mean? That's kind of self-explanatory actually.
Now hang on a minute, what kind of hentai? Are we talking ugly bastard? What are we talking here?
It's actually rather vanilla. What it is basically it's a world, and it's basically meant to be like a world where it doesn't have too much of a story, and it's just mainly focused on character design. Like again, that's basically the general gist of it. Whenever Altair actually goes to this world, she actually kind of roasts the shit out of it. And the likes, I forgot what she actually said in direct quotes, but it's actually pretty funny as well. I gotta find it though, but yeah, no, it's basically meant to be just a vanilla hentai world. That's really it. But again, you have to understand that like Recreators like only mentions worlds that like are very integral to like anime history. So of course you have your mechas, you have your shonen, you have your hentai world as I mentioned. You have your, I think I already mentioned mecha, sci-fi world, fantasy world, so on and so forth. It has all these things essentially. These are all integral genres to anime and have impacted it in a lot of ways. What ultimately Recreators was meant to be a tribute to, and also just an examination of anime's history and the narrative. That's really it. Like seriously, no joke.
Fair enough. You are so close too. It's like every time.
And again, and this even ties into things like fucking Vocaloid slash Vocaloid and like, which funny enough, hey, that's what Altair kind of is meant to like be a representation of. So her degree of like being an OC is like she's literally meant to be like representation of Vocaloids, or because like one of her origins were like what was it? You know MMD, right?
Yes.
Sort of something like that, but she's meant to be like a Vocaloid like character, with her name being military. What was it? Military. Was it military princess? Hold on a second. Let me look it up because I actually. What was her name? Military uniform princess. That's what it was. Obviously that's not her name. That's just her alias that she went by in her like stuff. But her name is actually Altair, as we already mentioned here. But yeah, no, that's basically what Altair's meant to be. She's meant to be like a Vocaloid like character, but also not particularly not part of any world. Just that.
This bitch is really throwing shade at other characters' designs. Well, alrighty then. Even with dodge roll, you can't avoid that ground pound. That was avoided a couple of times, to be fair.
Like I said, keep in mind whenever I mention this verse, I'm just only doing like very brief like summaries of it. This is not even close to like what actually it is about. Because again, not even close to like every single detail. Because again, that's why I implore you to actually watch Recreators, because like at the end of the day, it's probably much better if you watch it, because it's, well, for one thing, it's actually really good anime. Again, I've said it's just one of my favorite animes of all time, but also two, it's just also probably better for you to understand if you watch it, because it's not as complex as you really think it is. It's just that it has a lot of stuff that happens in it, so it just becomes a mouthful.
Archie Sonic has the most overrated plot hacks.
Congrats, you have Archie Sonic is very unique because he has like this era. Okay, so in case you don't know what Ryan's talking about, he has like Archie Sonic has like this weird bizarre era to where like fate and like the plot will like save him in the case, but it's not really all that good because it's mainly defensive. It's not offensive. So like for example, like if you were to try to like kill Archie Sonic, it will like make it to where it'll make fate to where things are where he like is protected, or like where something can happen to where he's like survives, but like it's not going to do anything offensively to the opponent, so it's like purely a defensive move, or purely defensive hacks at that. And it's also shown that Archie Sonic can be incapacitated and so on and so forth, so he's not completely invincible as well. Like, yeah, no, this is an actual thing that's established in the Archie comic. Like, I'm not even playing with you right now. I'm serious.
Whack. Devil's not even 1/4 of the game done. No, but he's already reached his 100th death. Congratulations. It's really a worse version. Nep's protagonist aura. Devil, you are so close. Don't die. He just died. You missed it by a few seconds.
It's literally a worse version of Nep's protagonist. Yeah. Oh, you just read that. I would say so. With Neptune, it's kind of stupid because, well, in all fairness, with Neptune, you would kind of come to expect it because that series is already kind of metafictional as it is and just pretty dumb with it. But yeah, no, even Neptune has like this has a protagonist or essentially to where the plot, well, due to her being the main character and just literally the most absurd shit being able to happen on that principle, that's kind of like plot armor is a little canonical thing that she has because of her existence as a main character and the like. And it's even made this stupid stuff that logically can't happen just in the sake of continuing the narrative in the franchise. Like seriously, again, this is a thing that's in Neptunia that's canon too.
Good lord.
Although, like I said, in at least in like Neptunia's case, it like at least makes more sense because that series was already metafictional and already kind of toys with the idea of like not only video games but just in general the stupidity of like plot and just character tropes and so on and so forth.
The hell? Atreus saying that you died. Neptunia fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, Neptunia is probably one of my. I've said this before. Neptunia is still probably one of my favorite series. I love that. I love the games. They're actually really good, and they have no right to be as good as they are too. It's like fucking ridiculous.
Anyways, Devil, you got this, bro. Yeah, no, but yeah. So just to catch up with something we talked about earlier, we'll probably continue the protagonist swaps as they were, since we've already talked about it. But we'll probably explain up front that without giving Kratos certain resistances, he would just lose outright. Because he's only got 2 more DMC games to get through. This is Game of the Year gameplay.
Bruh.
Yes. Is something wrong, Neo? Are you not impressed with the Game of the Year?
I mean, in all fairness, The Last of Us 2 got a lot of rewards.
The Last of Us 2 not won Game of the Year?
Last of Us, well, no, it didn't get Game of the Year, but it got a lot of awards though.
Did it lose to Celeste, or which one what did it lose to?
I don't remember actually. I think it lost to it was 2 something, like a collab. Hold on a second.
Wait, It Takes Two? Was The Last of Us in this year's Game Awards?
Oh wait, no, not this one. It lost to, what was it? So like, okay, so there was like many different ones. As far as like popular voting the likes from people, it lost to like I believe Ghost of Tsushima. But other than that, I think it actually did win the Game Awards for other stuff though.
So I lost to Game of Gameplay then. Don't mind me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kyle passed out a while back. That boy was tired. You're almost there, Devil. I believe in you. This has been such a long boss fight.
I think I pissed him off.
Oh yeah, that's right. I also forgot to mention as well. Some other worlds that they have in Recreators, they also have a Madoka Magica inspired world, Magical World, and they even have one that was like, based on both JoJo. You even have one that was based on like JoJo and like Megami Tensei as well. Specifically with the character with Yuya, who's able to like summon shit, summon creatures and so on and so forth. Like, and it was also like a cyberpunk type world as well. Yeah, no. Well, that was more the inspiration is both on JoJo and Megami Tensei, but more so on Megami Tensei for this one. I forgot to mention as well. It was also pretty cool as well. And they also had what else? There's like all kinds of worlds that they represented.
Oh, hang on, Devil. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Oh, the Devil, did you do it? Oh, yes!
Oh, and they also had a world that was based on both Berserk and Fate as well, more so on the Fate side.
That we made a grave mistake.
Yeah, no, there was like a lot of thought that went into this as well, too. Like, Jesus Christ.
I see.
We helped the wrong side? Let me guess.
No, again, last time I'm gonna say this. Actually give fucking Recreators a watch. I swear to God, it's only 22 episodes long and it's fucking good.
He
Swear
did,
to God.
guys. He did it. He did do it.
SDR versus Alvis? I just give that to SDR outright. Yeah, I'd give it to SDR. It's like probably better in just about every way.
Okay, so what I will say about this scene very briefly, good job, Del, by the way, nice work, is they didn't really intentionally get involved. This is one of those cases to where, like, as a byproduct of doing your mission, you ended up fighting them. Also, yeah, Kratos could... I can kind of appreciate Kratos not being super harsh, but he really should.
Boy, what's that? Only time you want to talk to me is when you need
Do you want to tell me something?
something. Said, only time you care to talk to me is when you need
I mean, at this point, I think Kratos is just happy to just have a fucking son or a family member that he didn't murder.
You would think so, right?
Sorry.
You would think so, right? Like, for someone who lost his family, you would at least think he wouldn't be such a fucking dick to his son. I mean, don't get me wrong, Atreus is a little shit for sure, but like, Kratos, you've been a parent before. You can do better. Unless the relationship with his daughter was something else.
Nah, I don't think it was like that. Clearly he loved them enough to where he wanted to take revenge for them.
You know, where was that? Was he like a one and done parent? He only had enough love in his heart for one child, and Atreus would just never measure up to his daughter? That would be a fucked. That would be a fuck line of thinking. That would be awesome if they introduced that in Ragnarok.
Have you played COD Finest Hour? I've played. Here's the thing. I've played some of the older CODs as well. I played some of the older CODs actually. They're not that bad actually. Like I don't know why everyone acts like that COD wasn't good until 4 came out, or COD 4 Modern Warfare, whatever came out. But nah, COD series has always been pretty solid. It's just that those games took the series to a higher level and kind of made it the mainstay it was for like a whole while actually, until like as of now that it is really. Because again, people don't. Because again, we all like know that COD was really big, but people really underestimate. Well, not really underestimate, but people really don't understand that like that COD like ruled the like industry for like way longer than what it really realistically would have.
I'm pretty sure you can't compare a daughter to a son because you would end up treating them differently and expect different things. Red Dusk, are you suggesting that men and women are different in any way, shape, or form? How dare you?
No, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm surprised Kratos has not backhanded the fuck out of Atreus though. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe he's worried if he does, he'll kill another son.
That's fucked up, but also probably true though.
I want to believe the reason, because the thing about Kratos is Kratos was raised as a Spartan, so beating up your son is actually the norm for him. So I'm wondering if the reason he doesn't actually hit Atreus is just because of the fact that he's worried he might kill him.
Well, that and the fact that I think at this point, Kratos really just doesn't. He just doesn't really have that like Greek nationality that he has again after, you know, one of the gods he served made him kill his family. I think that kind of took away a couple pointers on the Greek pride.
My silence for lack of grief. More than I wish. Leave me to my own.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Wake again.
Why would you? Do not know my ways. I know it has not been easy.
Oh, is that Kratos being a father? Oh, that's it? Kratos, that's it?
Right. I felt only moments pass. If that is of some comfort to you.
That's good to know. Really?
Oh, alright, there we go.
Back to Midgard? Face the Black Breath? Or do you think there's more to see in this realm?
Devil, you get the fuck out of this realm right now. Devil, what are you doing rolling back?
Like I said, it's moments like those that make me appreciate God of War 4. Like, say what you want about its gameplay, don't give a shit. Its story and like just in general, like characters really like kept me fucking captivated the entire time. Although I actually did like its gameplay, as I said before.
And he died. Good lord.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Would the boat really be moving that fast with Kratos rowing at that pace? Well, I don't know. That depends on how much. So, speed, normal speed is based on distance over time, but that would be based on the force Kratos is applying. So, if Kratos is applying a lot of force to his slow rows, it should move that fast. COD 2 is one of the best games. Yeah, the original Call of Duty games are pretty good.
Early God of War games like to use red a lot. I mean, yeah. Yeah, they did.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't even know.
Is it because gaming's most famous dark-skinned male is a pasty white guy?
Just, bro, what?
I'm sorry, that must have come out wrong. Let me try that again. Well, you know what I'm saying is true.
What the, bro?
What? Technically, Kratos is Mediterranean. He is very dark-skinned.
I mean,
Kratos is a
yeah.
nice 10.
I mean, yeah, but come on, bro. Do not try to say that's the same as like African black though.
Difficult.
I'm not saying that he's African. I'm just saying that he is of a darker skin complexion that some would say is dark skin. And then he just became a pasty white boy.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Is this-
Michael Jackson.
God damn. Oh, fuck me. I think they. I mean, I know they said it was the ashes and stuff, but no, it really does look like he got bleached badly.
Not a single corner of his skin was left unmarred. Oh, that must be an awkward fucking story to tell people. Hey, why do you look the way you do? Oh, these are the ashes of my dead family. Oh, that was kind of neat.
Superman is pretty pasty too for someone who's powered by the. Oh my god. I just come to the conclusion that Superman literally can't tan because he just absorbs the sunlight. And I mean by absorb, I mean like he absorbs that shit just into himself to where it doesn't like change or it doesn't like radiate or anything like that.
Yeah.
So in all fairness, I don't even think Superman could even become tan ever.
Oh, we're just gonna leave that low-hanging fruit alone. Oh boy.
So when did the realization set in that Superman is the most powerful plant in DC?
Bruh. Oh my god.
Check this out.
To be fair, ancient Egyptians weren't fully black and tended to look more like darker skinned Southern. Well, people completely ignore the fact that Europe in general was inhabited by blacks as well. So like,
Is that before or after they took the Indians?
damn.
Wow.
What? Everyone needs an accountant.
Uh, but no, the only reason why people like always associate Europe with white people is because again, for some reason, well not for some reason, because there's a distinct reason, is that like they don't tell you in history or history class or anything like that like black people inhabited Europe too. Matter of fact, for a while actually.
I didn't hear that in your guys' history month.
Yep.
Is something wrong, Neil? Are you not a fan of that history?
No, it's just that like there is so much of like history that has like black people involved, but like despite the whole point of history classes and stuff being to teach history, they don't actually accurately teach it, or at least fully give us a rundown.
Devil, pop it first, then spin.
What?
Devil, what the hell are you doing?
Oh my gosh, bro. Wait a minute, actually I just now changed my mind. Then wait a minute. No. I was thinking back. I was thinking about because like, wait a minute. No, let me look up something just to be sure that. Hold on a second. No, just to be sure, real quick. Yeah, no, there was a black Superman. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's the case. Then whoa.
What
How
do you,
does that work then?
alternate timeline where Kryptonians apparently accurately appeared? I don't know.
I mean, I guess, but it's just like, wait a minute here.
No, because the thing about fucking the Krypton is they can't absorb red sun rays. Krypton had a red sun. So, well, to be fair, he was sent as a baby, but like, no one?
What?
Hang on. Devil, are you? Oh, wow. Oh, okay, well, at least you don't have to worry about that one. That is fucked. That is fucked.
Oh, wait!
Atreus is stuck there. Don't abandon your son again, Devil!
Wait a minute, could he just fit through that? Did you see how decently sized that hole was?
Shut up, Neo. Don't use logic.
No, that's one thing I've always found, and like I understand why that's a thing because obviously if we were allowed that, the game would be so much easier. But like, I hate it when there's like so many things that like, come on, look, you can fit through that. Why are you stuck? Why are you not going through it?
No.
It'd make my time so much more easier.
No. That would imply being reasonable and intelligent. I mean, Atreus doesn't... Yeah, Atreus would never need you to open these gates at all, because he could literally just fucking fit through everything.
Yeah, no, look at the size of that hole. He could fit through that shit. He could just climb through that.
What did you just touch, Devil?
Oh, realm tear.
Why'd you touch that?
Just the realms.
But why? That one implies it's a good game? Damn.
Bruh. Hey, don't shit on God of War on this game was fine. I actually did like this game.
So, Neo, when did you realize you just have bad taste in video games?
Bro, don't even get me. No. Don't even get me started, bro. Do not get me started.
I don't know, bro. You did say SMT3 had a good story.
Yeah, it does. Your point.
You know what, Neo? Unlike Ryan, I've actually played the games I talk about, so I can tell you. Where was the story, Neo?
Bro, it's not even that complex. That just means you just can't get it.
No, bro, it wasn't even there. It's competing with Dark Souls for how easily it tells its story.
Bruh.
Neo.
It's not even a complex story. It's just that it's told in a non-conventional way.
So how does it feel knowing that you're competing for Dark Souls for the best way to tell a story?
Bro, Dark Souls. Okay, no, Dark Souls storytelling was actually good.
No, it was not.
actually good.
No, it was
It
not.
was.
You got Faram here giving you one exposition dump, and the rest of the story is told to you in lore bits that aren't even in dialogue.
Yeah, but that's because you're supposed to discover the world and figure it out yourself.
You didn't play Resident Evil 8, you just played the demo?
What the?
But I did play Resident Evil 8. I'm not buying Resident Evil 8, by the way. You can't make me.
I mean, to be fair, I've heard like, well, then again, even when it came out, I've heard like a lot of reviews about it. Some people liked it, some people hated it. I said I liked it. I think it was fine.
I didn't like Resident Evil 7. Its gameplay was boring as shit to me. It was gonna put me to sleep. Like you can call me bad for that, but I'm just being real. I played it on stream for the first 2 hours. I was bored out of my fucking mind. Maybe 8's better, to be fair, but. Alright, you done with your realm tears over there, Devil?
Yep.
What are you doing? Is that it? Was that what this? No, it wasn't Zim. Yes, it was.
Did you read what that was?
Yeah, it was a realm tear, but I couldn't read the whole thing because you skipped it really fast.
All right, hold on.
Here, let me. No, you keep going. I can just go back on the stream real quickly. Dust of Realms. Yeah, a fallen sorcerer used enhanced unique properties of various talismans. Alright. This supposed to be there. It was actually worse. You think Resting Blade is worse than 7?
I hate this shit.
What's wrong? What happens if Kratos tries to swim instead of using the boat?
Was it ever established if Kratos was really a good swimmer or not?
Actually, he should be. He could swim in God of War 1 and 2 pretty easily.
The reason why he doesn't swim in this one.
Something wrong, Devil?
I was just saying the reason why he doesn't swim in this one is because, by his own logic, you don't know what's in the water.
That's stupid.
When's that stated?
In the cavern with Freya.
Why would he care? He's literally killed monsters 30 times his size.
I don't know, bro. I think the monsters would be more scared of Kratos than they would him. I mean, than he would them.
Yeah, I know. Who's gonna eat a fucking ashy dinner meal? So I'm just curious then, is every time if someone were to lick Kratos, would they just taste ash then?
What, bro?
Well, I'm just asking a simple question. I'm a simple man making his way through the galaxy.
No, that's a valid question. I guess. I mean, but then again, it's not. Well, it is supposed to be embedded into his. I can't answer that. I don't know.
This seems so fucking stupid. He fought Poseidon, he should not fear water. To be fair, he didn't fight Poseidon while swimming.
That would have been a nightmare of a fight if they actually did that, so thank God. Because hack and slash bosses that involve water never go well.
That is true. Did you finally do it, Devil?
Shit. Nope.
Do you want to look at a walkthrough real quickly? That's assuming Kratos just lets the person lick him. I mean, that's true, but like, I'm just generally curious. Like, what exactly? You literally missed them all. I mean, you've been through a lot today, but good lord, your aim with that axe is abysmal in every fucking part of this.
Are we assuming there's someone's about to like pull like a Bruno from like fucking JoJo and just like lick him that way or some shit?
Ooh. Oh, probably Stomp. That wouldn't be a bad fight.
Water Dragon from Ninja Gaiden 2 is a perfect example of how poorly a water boss in hack and slash can go. Dude, I literally cannot name really that many, if not any, good water bosses in a hack and slash game. It's just that it's just like it's a curse or some shit.
in there, it'd probably be a stumble. What about Bruno Guicardi versus Reborn?
Versus who? Remember? I didn't hear that properly.
Versus Reborn.
Oh, you mean from Hitman Reborn, right?
Yeah.
That'd be cool, actually. Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, there's a lot of matches you could do. Well, there's a good amount of matches you could do with Part 5 and Hitman Reborn in general, for real.
I mean, I kind of dig Jono.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Was it Giorno and Tasuna? Or just something else? Well, that's what I heard.
It's not hitting the middle one.
Yeah, I see. That's bullshit. Not even action adventure games like Legend of Zelda can make a good water boss fight.
Well, at least, when I say good water boss, I mean like ones where you have to actually swim, or like ones where you have to actually like enter the body of water itself, or use stuff like that.
You got it? Wait, were you doing this for a non-essential item?
No.
I hate you.
I did it for which time?
That's it?
Bruh.
That's what Mangler wanted you to show me? I hope Mangler's watching this later on. Mangler, what the fuck was the point of him showing me this? Anyways. Yeah, no. So at this point, the channel should continue back to normal. I'll continue making Fist of the North Star videos nobody watches. Hopefully I can pick up some League of Legends How Powerfuls after the Void event's done. And hopefully we'll start getting some more other random stuff in between.
Can I request a League of Legends?
No, because you want to request Karthus, right? Well, you know what? I don't know if the Void's going to get involved, because recently the new Void champion who's going to be the main boss of the event seems to imply Viego is on her level. So if that's the case, and the Shadow Isles can fight Void creatures, that would upgrade Karthus pretty hard.
I knew desperate men at sea when our supplies ran dry. Would quench their thirst.
By the way, this is completely irrelevant, but also, I decided to start a playthrough of Final Fantasy IV. Although I'm not actually playing it on Steam, I'm actually playing it on physical hardware. Give me a minute.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool.
How did you fix them?
Just to show you, I'm playing on my DS. I have the DS version.
Well, good thing I didn't.
That's cool.
Seawater. Right?
Final Fantasy 3 and 4 had like a DS version, and they were like 3D, and they were like entirely 3D. They're actually really good. They're actually really good really good versions to play both games if you haven't, because not only are they on the go, not only are they like completely 3D, but also just really good in general. I mean, yeah, that's all I want to say about that. And you already played Final Fantasy 4 a while ago? No, actually I haven't. I actually haven't.
You played 5. Well, no, because you've been replaying the OGs. That's why he's asking.
Yeah, no, I haven't replayed 4 in a minute. That's actually one of the ones I haven't replayed. I haven't replayed 2, 3, 4 as of yet.
Oh, hello, Rock and Alice. You're new.
I already replayed through it was 156. I played all those games, but I haven't replayed them as of late, though.
With
Except for 4 now.
It's fine. With Kratos being able to reach into hang on. What the hell's wrong with his face?
Throughout the realms? Where did he go to? What did he collect?
Fafnir was a, shall we say,
I'll take it.
aggressive,
Oh, I guess I can read the question for you, but I'll let you answer it. With Kratos being able to reach into realm pairs, what looks like unaffected, would he have any resistance to Judgment Cut?
Okay, so
does.
Hang on, I want to read this one.
Go to Fafnir's storeroom.
Alright.
You might find something useful in there.
Neat. Thanks.
Okay.
Judge.
Is that what judges how he was born?
Oh, and
No, his face looks weird. It's glitched.
well, it would be nice of you to bring it to me.
Anyways, so Yamato's powers are not specifically cutting through space and time. It has multiple different powers, and it seems to gain abilities based on whoever's wielding it.
Won't your friend be upset?
But if we were to just assume the Judgment Cut cuts through space and time,
Sorry.
Kratos being able to reach into a void tear, which is a tear in space and time, and be unaffected by it, that might be some resistance to spatial manipulation. So that would be a resistance to it if that's all Yamato did. I think you could argue that he would be able to resist it to some extent. It still cut him, but it wouldn't be like an insta kill. What?
I'm not quite sure because all a realm tear is really just a tear in space.
Well, it'd be a tear in space time, wouldn't
So
it?
unless you're gonna say any character who can walk through a fucking portal gets those same resistances, I'd be very careful on how you want to like word that.
Do we not have any other influence on realm tears? Because if there's space time, that would be some resistance to space time manipulation, right?
Well, here's the thing. Kratos is actually interacting and touching it. He isn't just walking through it, though. That's actually a different scenario there.
Yeah, so if it's space time, and you just assume Yamato cuts through space time, let's say that's how you scale Yamato, he should be able to resist it, but the resistance would be it wouldn't kill him. It would still cut him, because Kratos is still affected by a realm tear. Like, he does have to struggle to close... Well, actually, he doesn't close it. He can stick his hand in there and yank it out without losing his hand. So... he'd probably still get cut by it, but it just wouldn't do anything super dangerous to him, I think.
Yeah, no, like, normally I would agree with Cal on this, but, like, he isn't just, like, again, like, he's, like, actually interacting with it and touching it without, like... It's kind of weird. Like, it's kind of stupid, the fact that he can just, like, actually touch space and just close it. It's dumb, but that's just what happens.
If you honestly want to argue it, like, super hard, it's entirely possible you could argue that Kratos could block the actual Judgment Cut, since he can interact with the space-time tears. Since he can grab those rifts, you could unironically argue he could grab, like, the slices if he wanted to.
You tell me.
Or block it.
That sounds so stupid, though.
That'd be kind of
That's
cool.
really
But that'd be cool.
It would, but it sounds so stupid, though. Like, you're actually touching time and space, or just space. It's stupid. Doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Rock and Alice. But that's if realm tears are space-time realm tears. Sounds anime as hell. Yeah, just imagine, like, Virgil just does a Judgment Cut, Kratos just catches, like, the slices midair and, like, breaks them. That'd be cool, but that's only if we, like, again, assume Yamato just does that, but Yamato does have other powers and stuff that we can, like, confirm. Even then, though, it would still, like, cut his hand probably a little bit. Like, he wouldn't be immune to it if that's what you're wondering. Because the realm tear is not... Go ahead.
It also damaged the soul.
Yeah, but like the realm tear is not trying to hurt Kratos, so it's like if the realm tear was probably a knife, it'd probably still cut him. Wait, all the realms use the same space on top of each other?
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, again, the two-way meta only exists if you believe in the infinite timeline situations. Right, does Kratos will be able to catch every slash? He only has two hands. Well, to be fair... Oh, Neo, Sparta's salty. He's salty at your standards.
Wait, oh, that's stupid. Oh, that's stupid. But a character that can rewrite their own narrative isn't. Well, here's the thing. In the constraints of like recreators, that makes perfect sense because the narrative is a thing that exists and so on and so forth. But like Kratos and like God of War doesn't even touch on things like physics or anything like that. So he's just like literally touching non-physical space and like closing it. It's so weird.
You do know he lost his talent,
Like, I'm just saying that sounds more weird than what I presented, because at least it makes sense in that particular universe.
Kratos will not be able to catch every slash. He only has two hands. So You could argue if they're at the same speed, Kratos would catch one slice, two slice, but he'd have to break them first before he can catch another one, unless he just tosses them aside.
Oh my gosh, this just sounds so crazy and I hate it. Oh, I don't even hate it. It just sounds funny to me personally.
That'd be pretty cool though, for reals.
I'm not even gonna hate on it. It's just like I don't know, like like for God of War, it just feels kind of well. No, actually, I take that back because it actually kind of makes sense because given what kind of series we're dealing with, epic stupid shit like that actually. Never mind. Actually, I take it back.
Imagine he just like grabs it and throws it back at his enemy.
Haven't heard from him in maybe, I don't know, 100 winters or so. Probably dead, but maybe you can find him. He's dwarfing like me. Owes me a favor. You look?
Or turns his horse to block the rest.
Oh, I see how it is. Not a something for nothing type.
So
Actually, oh sorry, go back.
Oh, go ahead.
Actually, okay, so I remember. So I finally remembered. So I finally actually remembered what it was. So, so basically, what it was described that realm tears were they basically were just holes in reality according to like the guides and stuff. Anos versus Gilgamesh equals stats. Yeah, no, Anos is gonna take that. Anos is actually really stupid.
Kratos can deal with the shield. So you can't really block the judgment cut because it kind of just appears on your location. But if we assume Kratos can survive like spatial warping like that or space-time manipulation like that, and if he just gets hit by it the first time and doesn't immediately die, which is highly unlikely given that Yamato can directly attack the soul, fucking the second time he could probably catch it. I think Kratos will be smart enough to realize the second time around what Virgil's doing with the judgment cut. Yeah, no, but that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, again, that's assuming void tears are space-time rifts in reality. If they're not, then like it's just maybe void resistance. But even then, that's assuming that nothingness is on the other side of that realm tear.
Of course. We need to walk across the bridge to the Vanaheim Tower. Are we going to the Black Breath or exploring? Your choice.
So, Devil, how do you want to proceed here? Because you got your ass beat pretty hard.
And what direction is that?
It's mid-morning. Sun is over there.
Oh, fucking hell, the level 4s.
You should probably gear yourself up, Devil. Yeah. As much as Kyle hates it, I do think War versus Kratos is a really good matchup because they have similar, like, skill sets, I say, before he murders me.
No, they really don't, and they have nothing in common.
What do you mean they have nothing in common? They're both betrayed by the people they're trying to work for. They're both atoning for sins of the past. Get the fuck out of here. They're practically the same character.
No, War's not trying to atone for the sins of his past. He couldn't give a fuck.
That's actually wrong. Darksiders Genesis confirms that.
No, what he wants is revenge from the people who set him up. He knows he's been set up.
Well,
He wants revenge.
Kratos was set up according to God of War 3. There we go. See? Problem solved.
God, you... Dude,
Did I ever
dude,
tell
are you sure? Are you sure you haven't eaten the gum through? Because fuck me, you're reaching.
Did I ever tell you I might have found an actual narrative reasoning for fucking Kenshiro versus Noctis, but it has nothing to do with those two. It has specifically to do with their wives, essentially.
What?
I'll tell you about it later. It's very silly, but the movie gives me the movie gives Yuria and Lunafreya some really good connections. And of course, they both don't fight their own battles, so of course Noctis and Kratos would have to, or Noctis and fucking Kenshiro would have to fight over that part. It's like, what? No, that's Sparta. Don't worry about it. War versus Death versus Fury. It's already confirmed that Death's the strongest, right?
Not necessarily.
technically Fury is, but Death is more level-headed, so they made Death like the leader.
Of course.
Hang on. How has Kinchiro's life had disconnections with Discount Stella? I'll tell Kyle about it later. They didn't give me a response. Okay, I finished the 3rd chapter. Let's go, boy.
You're making good progress.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to rewrite this chapter a little bit. I didn't like the way it was written, but I'll worry about that later. Oh, yes, I'm so salty about Versus 13. If someone asked, that's a smart boy. That is. Yeah, no. So, hey, Neo, which female Pokemon Pro Tag do you think is hotter? Manga Green or Hilda?
Well, let me guess. Is that a Ryan question?
Yeah. How about let me ask a real question? Are they underage?
Actually, funny enough, there actually aren't. They aren't actually.
Alright.
Well, actually, I don't remember. Oh, well, no, because like the manga changes Green's age significantly, actually. So never mind. No, I'm still right on that. I'd say Hilda actually.
So close.
Ryan, they're 10 years old?
No, they actually aren't. Well, for one thing,
Pics? Or it didn't happen, Neo?
Well, for one thing, there's actually no Pokemon protagonists except for the original ones that are actually 10. Most of them are actually in their teens or just outright adults.
Smart, you'll find him.
Like the whole idea that like they're 10 just only comes from Ash, who's like literally one of the only examples of like an actual 10-year-old protagonist. What Pokemon is the protagonist an adult? Well, Serena and Caleb and from Gen 6, and also arguably Hilda and just the Gen 4. I mean not Gen 4, Gen 5 characters in general. But it's not outright. And now, hey, keep in mind, the reason why I say for Gen 6 protagonists because the whole idea that they can drink wine and the likes. They can.
I can assure you, they don't need to be 18 to do that in Mexico.
Bruh, well, this ain't Mexico, so
Are you sure about that?
No, I can say with certainty that Gen 6 does not take place in Mexico. I can say that with certainty.
Alright, Devil, do you want to keep going or do you want to call it there? You've been through a lot today. Because, like, the stream can only go on for like another 30 minutes, so we'd rather just call it there and wait till next time?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so to be clear, alright, so we'll be stopping there for a day. Devil, always a pleasure. Nice work. But regarding that Percy Jackson question before we take off, Percy Jackson is 12 in the first book and becomes 18 at the end of the 5th book. What the hell?
Very fast.
For reals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for coming out as always. Thank you for your time as always. Have a nice day. Tomorrow, Kyle, if everything goes good, should be streaming Jack 2 Renegade. And then we'll see if Thursday we'll have an Earth stream going on. If not, I'll just be working on my book over here on the side like I was doing this stream. So with that, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys on next stream or video.